Especially with these fucking go-karts that are going around everywhere. Stop with the go-karts. Stop it.
If you come to Japan, think of Japan not as a theme park. Like, think of it as act like you would be in a museum or a library.
And a lot of other people coming over here from different countries. We are setting an example for the people of our country.
I kind of like it when there's less people. It's a little bit more peaceful.
お疲れ, I'm Kaja-Kyoto. Today, I'm going to interview foreigners who actually live in Japan. What do you think about recent foreigner problem in Japan? Not only overcrowded situation in Kyoto, but also there are some foreigners who act rude or behave without respect, which annoys Japanese people. So today, I'm going to interview foreigners who actually live and experience, get to know Japan and Japanese people about that like recent atmosphere of Japan. So let's find out. I interview a lot of foreigners and Japanese people in Kyoto. So when you come to Kyoto, please hit me up and let me interview you. Aside from YouTube, I have an Instagram and TikTok. So if you're interested in, please check them out too. Okay, let's shoot it. Recently, there are a lot of social media posts that people do crazy things, mostly in Tokyo. It's becoming like a theme park, right? So what do you think about it?
I've actually seen not just the video, but I've seen it myself on a train in Osaka. Yeah. So I was at Wakayama. Oh, I love Wakayama, by the way. But there was a huge group of gaikokujin, like foreigners, and they were super loud. They were laughing and talking very, very loudly on the train. And because I know in Japan, you don't really talk on the train, like especially not loudly and laugh loudly. And also, there was a guy. Obviously, he was foreigner. He used I don't know what on the metro in the bar, and he was like trying to do like a pull up, like trying to do some exercise. I didn't correct them, but I really wanted to. Like, you shouldn't be doing that because Japanese people wouldn't correct them. They don't like it, but they wouldn't say anything. When I see that, I kind of feel like, what are you doing?
The tourist thing is fine. You can not know anything. Just don't act like a dickhead. Like, just use common sense. We're in a Pikachu in a sushi restaurant. Because it really damages things for the rest of us if you do that. Seriously. 迷惑系外人さんたちが普通に日本に住んでる僕にとってもめっちゃめんどくさいし、全体的に外人っていう人たちを召してしまってるからやめてほしい。In English we say when in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Some people have that attitude and mindset when they come to Tokyo or Osaka, like, yeah, woohoo, yeah, baby. Especially with these fucking go-karts that are going around everywhere. Stop with the go-karts. Stop it. Please. It's really embarrassing with you going around in like a Yoshi costume in a fucking go-kart when I'm just normally trying to get to work across the street because you get in the way of the taxis and you cause crashes. Please, Japanese law, like, make that illegal soon, please. Will you stop? I hate those things. You can hear them a mile away. Oh yeah, hey look, I'm going around Shibuya 109 building. Piss off, just walk there. Take a normal picture like everyone else. Stuff your go-karts.
Please learn the culture and the respect. There are a lot of foreigners. They're having a foreigner problem right now with a lot of people coming over here and not being respectful and not saying the correct things and not knowing what to do in certain situations. You shouldn't come over here and act a fool on the train or try to do jumping jacks like it's New York City in the train or try to do prank videos. Japanese people are very sensitive to that kind of thing. Not a lot of people will just tell you to shut up like in America or will be very direct with you. A lot of people will just be here and they'll just look at you. So please at least learn the manners and come over here with respect. Me as a Black American and a lot of other people coming over here from different countries, we are setting an example for the people of our country. When I come over here and I do the things I do and I act respectful, I'm setting an example for myself, for Black people, and for Americans. I want Japanese people to look at my example and to think, okay, this guy Kokujin, this foreigner, he's good. I don't want to do anything crazy, like jump up and down on the trains or scream loud at people or just be an asshole to all these people. And then they see, oh, guy Kokujin, so annoying. You know, you don't want that. So please come over here and be respectful and be nice and try to do good by your country and your people.
Like, one, so obviously Japan's different to other countries. Just generally, I think if you come to Japan, think of Japan not as a theme park. Like, think of it as act like you would be in a museum or a library. That's the kind of the thing. The general rule is like a museum or library. You don't talk too loud. You don't do run around screaming and shouting, not sitting on the floor. You're not touching the paintings, kind of thing. But then on the other side, like some of those, the German guy or whatever, they do that in other countries, and people don't really bat an eyelid because it's fine in those countries. But here it's different. So my mum always says like, when in Rome, when in Rome. So But I think that these people coming over and doing these things just for virality, because everyone just wants clout, just wants to be popular. And then what happens is they do that. So a German guy does that, but then all foreigners are seen, because we're all seen as tourists anyway, generally, and that we are, we are bad. One, these people coming over, I mean, they shouldn't. I really hate that they do that. The thing is not punishable, but by law, they're not going to arrest you for it. But Japanese people still don't do things like that, right? But now it's like, I'm thinking, they need to, like, these guys, if they do something like that, they need to get fined, need to get punished, need to put, 30 days in jail or deported or something like that. Something heavy-handed to happen for them to know that it's not okay. And then it's just like, it literally spoils it for the rest of us, makes us look bad. It's disrespectful, and it's just an annoyance. I hate seeing it all the time, because people just look at me. If I'm on the train, people think, oh, that's a tourist. Maybe he's going to do something crazy. Maybe he's going to start dancing on the train or something. Yeah, I'm just not about that. So I mean, it's a shame, and I hope that people stop doing that. And I think the only way people say like, if they don't listen, they must feel. So they need to have something affect them, like literally a heavy fine or get arrested, But it'll be a shame for Japan to have to make rules like that to enforce them legally.
We've been here for like 2-3 months, but sometimes I get annoyed by tourists myself when I see how they act, because it's like small things that should be obvious, like don't scream in the bus or like behave rudely or take photos without people's consent, but that should be obvious. So we're always like, these tourists, even though we're still tourists ourselves.
We are also foreigners, but like since we're also foreigners, we definitely know there's a difference between like tourists and like people who live here like as a foreigner. But like even if you're a tourist, you have to respect like their norms and how like they like the rules, especially in a country where it's like completely different than yours. I think you have to research at least. A lot of people do not do that. I feel like they just come because it's like hype. It's trendy to be in Japan right now, like drink matcha in Uji or go Mario Kart riding in Tokyo, which is really weird. Like you can do it anywhere else. Why do you have to do it in Tokyo? I think it's just like a lot of people do not really engage with Japanese culture at all. They just see what's like really flashy on social media and like try to reproduce that. Like just do the same things what everyone is doing.
What's it like being in Japan as a foreigner? When you first came to Japan and now?
In COVID-19, it was much different. If I sat here, there was no foreigners at all. I remember I used to go to like Fushimi Inari or Arashiyama, and there was nobody. Literally no one was there. So I was lonely a little bit as a foreigner. I was like the only person here. Now it's much different. There's, a lot of tourists, and it feels a little bit more comfortable.
Already. What do you mean by that?
I've lived here for 5 years, so I kind of like it when there's less people. It's a little bit more peaceful. So, I stay away from like the main areas of Kyoto recently because there's so many tourists. So, yeah, I kind of stay in this area, which is really local. It's more local up here. Yeah. So, yeah.
What is one thing that tourists can't realize?
Yeah, tourists don't understand that they're being like rude or too direct, and Japanese people tend not to directly say no, right? I recognize when people want to say no and they're saying it indirectly, but usually tourists don't know that because they haven't lived here for so long. Yeah.
So you feel that?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel it now.
They want to say no, but they don't say no.
I totally feel it. Like, I can totally feel it now. Yeah, when you first come here, maybe you don't realize it, Yeah. So, for example, in Japan, if you invite someone and they say, like, oh, I can't go, right? Like, I can't make it, I can't go. In America, we might ask, like, why not, right? Like, why can't you go? Like, what's the reason? But in Japan, I feel like that would be kind of rude, right? Like, if they say, like, I can't go, right? That's it. Like, they just don't want to go. It's not that they can't go, they just don't want to. And I can understand, like, okay, you just don't want to go, or maybe there is a real reason, but it's just not gonna happen.
You don't ask why not.
I would never ask why not. Yeah, yeah. It's just they can't go, and that's fine for me. I don't care.
What advice would you give to people who want to come to Japan?
I would encourage you to study about the culture a little bit, and also study about the transportation systems. A big inconvenience is when tourists will come and they bring like a huge suitcase on a bus or something like this, which you're not supposed to do. They're kind of inconveniencing because they don't know how the transportation system works. So I would say do research on transportation systems wherever you go, and just do a little bit of research on the culture so you don't, make people feel uncomfortable. That's really important. And, I see it sometimes, like tourists making people feel a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching so far. There's a lot of implicit rules that textbooks or newspapers can teach you. It's so complicated that even some Japanese people can't fully understand the meaning or behind the context. So I know it's difficult, but you need to know and you need to adapt to the society if you wanna travel and if you enjoy a Japan to the fullest. So when you come to Kyoto, you can watch this video as a reference and then enjoy the rest of the travel. So if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Stay tuned in my channel.